most people figured that Sony would kind of come out with some kind of information or some kind of news that really kind of drives a nail into Microsoft's coffin with the Xbox Series X, especially considering that, they were going to do that big showcase today, and I already gave my thoughts on that. I did a live stream kind of covering what I thought about the live stream. I wasn't very impressed, especially given the fact that Microsoft has had, 5+ years to get ready, 5+ years to wait and sort of see what happens. And, they left a lot of people kind of underwhelmed. They talk about power, and then clearly Halo Infinite does not look that good. It doesn't look like it's really taking advantage of the Xbox Series X. And it also looks like it's being held back by quite a bit by the previous generation Xbox One from launch in 2013. Sony wasn't completely quiet, and they did get some pretty good news out of the PlayStation 5 today that sort of is very indicative of how bad Microsoft's conference was. Should be a fun video. Let's get started. Hey, what's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. I would also appreciate it if you guys could like, share, subscribe. It means a lot to me, and it would help out my channel tremendously. Thank you. Shout out to all the new subscribers, old subscribers, everyone in between. It really means a lot to me that you support the channel, and I really do think that it's one of those things where, of course, I had to kind of come back and sort of start over a little bit, and I'm appreciative to all those that did. If you really want to support me, a simple like, or you can hit the bell so you're notified of everything as soon as it drops. That would be your best options for supporting the channel. So with that being said, I kind of want to get into this. It's mostly about Sony, but it's also about how Microsoft kind of sabotaged themselves. Again, we really sort of got an indication of what to expect from the Xbox Series X, and it does not look like it's going to be much in the first couple of years, and that's a little bit unfortunate because Microsoft had done a pretty good job recently of conveying hey, we're pro players, we're for the players, we're pro consumer, we're really going out of our way to do pro consumer things, and then they ended up really not doing that. So the most interesting thing was the biggest comeback from Sony was nothing. Microsoft, they just gave Microsoft the rope, and Microsoft did the rest. And the memes are flying, the jokes are starting, and to top it off, PlayStation 5 has topped the Amazon's most wished for across all PC and video games. So they haven't even released a release date yet. They haven't announced anything. Some people thought maybe they would. Honestly, I don't think it matters what Sony does at this point. Microsoft is out there kind of embarrassing themselves with some of the stuff that they're doing. Sony, on the other hand, they really seem to have things under control. And now the PlayStation 5 skyrocketed up to the #1 most wished for item at the time of the writing. So it's in first place, followed by Ghost of Tsushima on PS4 and the PS5 Digital Only Edition in third. Even the DualSense controller is making an appearance at number 12. There's no Xbox Series X at all, right? And to be clear, you don't have to have you don't have to have stuff ready or have a release date to be on like the wish list or anything like that. So it's very interesting to see that like this skyrocketed up after Microsoft's conference. Like, people clearly were not very impressed with what they saw from Microsoft. So I can honestly say it doesn't surprise me. Again, even the things that I was expecting, like Halo Infinite, I was expecting Halo Infinite to really be fantastic, and they let me down in such a way. Not only did they let me down with how the game looks and how I expected like more AI and much more populated stuff, but they let me down with it clearly is held back by last gen and making it a games as a service. Microsoft doesn't really get what gamers want, unfortunately. They don't understand what we want as fans. They don't understand what we're asking for as fans. Realistically, I don't get how they can be this out of touch with gamers. Like, even Fable, right? I knew Fable would be there. I've been talking about Fable for a couple years now. We knew that it would be there. They didn't show any gameplay, just a short little trailer. I mean, that's cool, but now there's rumors out there that this new Fable is an MMO or games as a service. And if you don't know what games as a service is, it means basically you get an unfinished product at the beginning, and they continually add to it to sort of keep you interested in it. So unlike, say, Ghost of Tsushima or The Last of Us 2, where you buy the game and you can play it and you finish with it and you're done. They want to keep you paying and paying and paying for more and more and more in terms of Game Pass and things like that. And that's how they want to keep you kind of hooked into their ecosystem and stuff like that. To me, I don't, not every game needs to be that. And now it seems like Microsoft, every AAA has to be that. Look at Halo. They say this is going to be the last one for like 10 years. There's not going to be an Infinite 2. They're just going to continually add to it and update it. They're not even going to have, ray tracing for the game at launch. It's unfinished. Gears of War, same type situation. They keep adding to it. Even stuff like smaller stuff like State of Decay 2, Sea of Thieves, games as a service games. They just add to it. They very barren at launch and don't have much in terms of content. Even Forza Horizon 4 was a games as a service where they just kept adding to it. They add more stuff to it. After the initial launch, you do dailies and weeklies and monthly challenges and stuff like that. It's all just like these little tricks to get people to kind of stay into there and keep paying for Game Pass or whatever. It is a little bit interesting to see that they're going this route with. Looks like Fable, that's unconfirmed right now, but for Halo, for sure, you know what I mean? Like, and Phil Spencer's kind of comments didn't really make much sense to me. He said, that they don't want to compete with themselves because he sees other annualized games that compete with themselves, and they come out with the next version that they're trying to get you to upgrade to that one, and he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't really get it. Like, I know he's probably talking about Call of Duty, but Call of Duty, there's certain people that don't play like the modern stuff, and some people only like the Black Ops series or stuff like that. So not everyone upgrades. Like they keep a steady flow of gamers on the previous one as well. Like, you can still go play Black Ops 4, and there's still a heavy amount of players on that, or you can play Modern Warfare because they're different experiences, or you can play Warzone. It's not really competing with yourself. People get tired of the same stuff, even if you update it, right? Like, I could never get into Destiny. Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, like some of the biggest letdowns I've ever seen, and for Microsoft to kind of follow that pattern with Halo as well, super disappointing. And to top it off, it didn't even look that good. And if Fable does that too, it's just really unfortunate. I can't be express how unfortunate it is. So it is funny to see that everybody sort of just going out there and going, it just kind of is what it is. And Sony was able to capitalize on this by not doing anything. So bravo to them for being able to go out there and sort of just not do anything and just like have the sense to know that Microsoft will screw it up somehow, which they did. I mean, I think that it's just an interesting thing that you have to really temper your expectations for everything Xbox, and then Sony has a way of just absolutely dominating and just being incredible, and they've managed to do it again, and they've done a really good job with it. So I gotta say, props to Sony for doing that, and also kind of disappointed to see that Microsoft is sort of still having problems to this day with some of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand how they can kind of screw up so bad time and time again. It just really kind of blows my mind that it's still a problem. I just really wish they would have. So again, Sony's biggest announcement, they didn't have to have a big announcement to kind of crush Microsoft. Microsoft did it to themselves. Like, you're going to show Tetris, you're going to show stuff like that. You're going to confirm that your studios are super slow at making games. You don't even have any gameplay for Hellblade 2 or Everwild. You don't even know what Everwild's gameplay is going to be. How is Forza Motorsport, still in early development, right? Like, the last Forza Motorsport 7 launched in 2017. That's 3 years ago, and you're still in early development. Like, I don't understand why their studios are so slow at getting stuff out, and yet their studios still put out subpar stuff, with the exception of like the Horizon series. Everything's been super subpar. I could actually see an instance where Halo ends up being rated in the 70s on Meta because it looks like it's going to be unfinished at launch, and people aren't going to like that. You got to have a finished product. You're launching it without ray tracing. It just seems like this thing is not really getting things done. And not only that, but you actually have Sony trending when it comes with gaming, because people are saying Sony won without even showing anything. Sony won without even saying anything. People are like, hey, sign me up to the PlayStation 5. I know a lot of people were actually waiting for Microsoft to do their show before deciding which console they want to get, and now they're all like, PS5. You know, they're going to get a PS5, and I don't blame you. The PS5 just seems like Sony gets it. They get what fans want. They want big exclusives. You know, they want to get excited for their platform, and they're able to accomplish that, where Microsoft, simply put, haven't been able to pull that off at all. So it's going to be very interesting. I will link this article. You guys can check it out. What did you guys think of Microsoft show? What do you think about people already trying to buy up the PS5 and having it number one most wished for item right after Microsoft showcase? Like, that to me is huge. It tells you everything you need to know. I'm very interested to hear what you guys want to think. If you want to hit me up on Twitter, @_Crapgamer, Xbox Live, MOH space Crapgamer, PSN just Crapgamer. Thank you so much for spending some time with me on one of my videos. Rack 'em up and game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.